What are you holding yourself back from? So earlier today, I noticed that I was just feeling some type of way, like just extra like worried about things, little different things, and I was like, wow, like what's going on with me? Like why am I worrying about these things? Like one thing was like this small thing about my boyfriend. Like I called him last night and he didn't answer, and then like an hour later he sent a message and was like, oh, I was falling asleep, I'll call you tomorrow. And then there was this other thing with some work that I did with someone, and they hadn't paid me yet. And it's not like they're just not gonna pay me. Like it just had been like a whole night and they still hadn't paid me. So it was like these little things that were just like bothering me and irritating me, right? And more like I was just feeling like worried. And yeah, okay, so then I was like, I went to the forest and I was like, okay. And I just was aware, I was like, wow, I'm like extra worried about these things that normally I wouldn't be worried about. Like, why am I, what's going on with me, you know? Like, what's going on within me that's being extra like sensitive and worried about external things like that, you know? And then, I decided like I had gotten to this point within myself and my business where I realized that like the only way to do business for me, that's the only way I'm gonna be doing it now, is connecting with my guides and tuning into this higher guidance in what wants to be created and how to bring it forth, and how to invite people in. Like everything I'm going to be doing now is in alignment with that. So I was like, okay, well, let me just tune in and do that now. So I'm like sitting in the forest and I'm like connecting with my guides, and I just start receiving all this information and all this clear like guidance on what I'm gonna be creating next. And it was really funny. I was like doing this back and forth, because basically my guides were telling me the next thing I'm gonna create is called the joy capacitor. It makes me laugh so much, because it's basically like bringing in my engineering background into the work that I do. And so a capacitor stores electrical energy. And so I was like, okay. I was like, this is like, I felt kind of silly. I was like, this is so embarrassing, like it's so nerdy. So I was like, okay, well, instead of me trying to figure out why they want it to be called joy capacitor, let me just ask them. So I was like, okay, like, tell me more. Like, what is it about? Why capacitor? And then I heard very clearly it was like filling yourself up first, and no, filling yourself instead of depleting your energy. So I was like, oh, this is all like clicking into place. I was like, okay, joy capacitor. So you're prioritizing doing the things that bring you joy. So you're filling yourself up by doing the things that bring you joy. And then you have the energy reservoir to then bring that into your creations and whatever you want to do and create in your life, but you're doing it from a place of filling yourself up first instead of being depleted. So I was like, okay. So I was like getting all this clarity, and I was like, okay, like how does the program, how long does it want to be? How does it want to be structured? Like how many sessions and how often and all that. So I was like getting all this clarity, and I was like, oh, there's like a VIP level where people can get more one-on-one sessions with me. It was just like so clear and so fun, and it was just so awesome, like just getting to like co-create from like the energetic side instead of, just me down here. So yeah, it was so cool. And then I like walked back to my house. I felt like it was just time to go back to my house. And then I realized like when I got to my house that everything that I was worried about before, like suddenly I was just like, wow, that stuff doesn't matter anymore. Like, why was I even worried about that? And then I realized this very important thing, and I realized it's when you are holding yourself back from something that's calling you forth, from something that is where your inspiration would be taking you, but you're like energetically like holding back from doing that or stepping into that. And then it's like, it's that energy of like not going into what's calling you forward, and you keep yourself back, that then you're not fully embodied within yourself, and then all these like worries of external things start to come into your mind, and you're like, you feel like you need to like control this thing out here in your life, the way this person is doing or not doing something or whatever, and it's like, because you yourself aren't filled up, which, oh my gosh, I just realized this all clicks in together because you're filling yourself up first. And so by going and doing the things that are calling you forth from a place of inspiration, by stepping into doing those things, you are energetically filling yourself up. And so when you're in that place of being filled up, you're not depleted. So you're not like kind of grasping at things outside of you for validation or control or to feel safe, like whatever. You yourself are filled up, and all of a sudden your whole mindset changes. The things that you could have been worried about or you were worried about, you realize that you're like, how was I even worried about that? Like, it doesn't even, I'm not even worried about that anymore. It doesn't even make sense to be worried about it, and it's because you shifted your vibrational state, you've shifted your energy by going into what's calling you forth, going into your inspiration. And sometimes we can hold ourselves back because it's uncomfortable what we know we need to be doing, or what's calling us forth from inspiration, right? Our next level, right, of stepping up into, whatever we're evolving to, our next level. Either that, or we just can get so stuck in like thinking what we like should be doing and keeping our head down and trying to make things work instead of just being in that expansive state, in that expansive flow. And so it's like, when we do that to ourselves energetically through the actions that we're taking or not taking, then that just disconnects us from that energy reservoir. So yeah, really exciting insights that I wanted to share. And also, I'm going to be, I already sent out an email if you're on my email list, but I'm going to be making a post and telling you more about the joy capacitor. So funny. Yeah, but if you want to know more, like, shoot me a message, comment down below. Basically, it's going to be a 1 month, a 30-day container, and it's going to be all about prioritizing the things that bring us joy, right? We're not waiting until we reach this certain point of results or success or certain point of money or whatever before we start letting ourselves have fun and letting ourselves experience joy. Like, we're going to be bringing that energy into our lives now, and this 30-day container is to really prioritize that. And so we're going to have 4 live group sessions each week because it's a 30-day container. And then in each of those sessions, I'll be aligning you to the energetic frequency of joy. You'll be embodying that frequency, and then you'll be receiving clear guidance from your higher self on like practical, inspired action steps that you could take to align to that frequency of joy each and every day. Yes, so it's going to look a little different for each person, but whatever is in alignment with your highest and best and your frequency of joy, that's what you're going to be embodying during those 30 days. So it's going to be so fun. And it's going to start November 12th, and it's going to go until 30 days later. I think it's December 12th. So November 12th to December 12th. And the investment for the group, so it's going to be a group program, right, is going to be $497 US. And that includes a one-on-one session with me. So we'll go in depth and we'll really shift and resolve at the root whatever is ready to shift so that you can step into your expansion and liberation and really start off this joy capacitor like fully liberated and ready to just take action on joy and doing the things that bring you joy. And yeah. And there's also an upgrade option if you want more one-on-one sessions with me. So you'll get 3 one-on-one sessions with me, and that upgrade is $997 US. So comment below or send me a message. Let me know if you're in and which option you want. Or if you have a question, we can just chat back and forth, or we can hop on a short call. Or I'm also opening this up to solutions. If you really, tune into your heart and really feel like this space is for you, and you really want to do this, but the only thing holding you back is financials, so then send me a message and we can just talk about it and find solutions. So, yay. Yeah, I guess that's all for now. Lots of love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.